Do you want to just start by introducing yourself?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Ben. I'm 21 years old. You might know me on Instagram, Ben Journal, shameless plug. I run a small journal company. That's what I've been building recently while within this community. I currently work for a bank. I work full time, and I've been balancing content and full time work. And I'm an English national badminton player. My rank is 892. So yeah, that's what I do. And working with Seth and Joe for the past, what's it been, like 4 months now, I
Three, four
think.
months? Yeah.
Yeah, 3, 4 months has been completely like transformational. Just going online, watching YouTube videos, trying to figure out, oh, like how do I do this, how do I do that? I was making some progress, but it was very slow. I could see that within 6 months, yeah, I have these systems settled. I'd know what I was doing. I'd be like making a newsletter, YouTube videos, whatever. But that would be 6 months down the line. And if you have the disposable income sitting around, why not invest in yourself? I don't want this to be like oh, this is how much money I made, this is how much followers I made. But it's like when I joined the community, I hadn't sold a single journal. I had them sitting in my room for a year and a half. I'd like sold them in person. I'm a good salesperson in person. It's just telling stories. But I had this mental block of and fear of selling online. And specifically Joe and Seth, like that accountability of being in here, being surrounded by people who similarly have those same dreams as you, want the same things as you, it is the biggest part of it. Yes, there's the course, yes, there's the information, but it's those weekly calls, it's those content planning calls, it's those business calls, it's working through what are you struggling with, and then seeing that other people are facing the same struggles and have beaten them in the past, maybe. And you can, it's not just learning from Seth and Joe, it's learning from each other too. Um, like you get clothes, clothes are good. Yeah, clothes are good. It's kind of like Joe said, it's a whole experience, not just an info product.
Mm.
And that's what really sets it apart.
Could could you almost describe almost what it feels like to be in?
It feels like you're really part of a movement.
Mm.
You're part of one of one. You're not in a course. You're not in just another school community. And they do a really good job of making you feel that way. And it's the type of thing like the other people in the community are people you'd want to be with, people you're happy chatting with. And it's the fact that I've set up one-on-one calls with other people in the community. We're not just only seeing each other in the school calls, and you share information. The others do it too. Um, it's like we all have different areas of expertise. That's why we're building this one-on-one business. Um, but it doesn't mean you can't help someone else with what you know, and they can't help you with what they know. Yeah.
I love that. Such a good way of putting it. Joe, you want to go? I feel like I cut you off just before.
No, no, no. That's no, Ben. Thank you. I think this is what we've been looking to build, and it's so nice to hear the actualization of that dream. Um, what would you say almost got you to join?
For me, it's been quite a long process. I think part of it is I've known Seth for a very long time.
Yeah.
I met him a long, long time ago, and I remember there was a point where almost it felt like I was giving like Seth, Richard, Sam some advice on like how I was making content, what internships and stuff was like, and then you guys went all in on content, and I was straddling corporate and trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and it was like going to those two masterminds. I remember one of them, you gave a talk, and it almost made everything like click in my head. It's like this is what I've been doing subconsciously, but I never had a paradigm for doing it. I think I told you that at the event.
Mm.
Um, and then it was kind of more so you kind of just kept going on with life. See Seth's content, and for a while I was very against it. I was like, oh no, I feel like what's Seth doing? All he's doing is like making content about like making content. Um, and then after a while it kind of clicked. And I was just like, you know what? I think the reason I'm feeling this is because I know deep down this is like what I want to be doing. Um, and I remember when I hopped on the call with Seth, it was just like, I don't really care what you're selling. Let me give you my money. But it was in a sense of just like I know I've seen the proof that you've helped your previous clients go through this. I've met your previous clients. Like I met Danny. Like I know it's the type of things where I know it works. Let me invest in myself. It's like one of the scariest things is actually spending money on yourself and
Mm.
like voicing your own desires. Like you might think, oh man, I'm just gonna go work this corporate job, but like I actually do want to work my corporate job, but I also want to build my own business on the side, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and it's more so you're earning if you're watching this and you work a 9 to 5, it's like, bro, your greatest asset is your salary. You're trading your time for money. Why don't you make that money work for you as well?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
that
that.
was what. Yeah.
No, thank
That's
you,
one of
man.
my big beliefs. I've got a video coming out today on it.
Good. Just from content planning. Unreal. If you could go and tell one sentence, one quote, one piece of information that you've learned from being in the one of one, being in the group, to Ben 4 months ago, just before he joined, what would you want to tell him?
I would just say trust the process.
Mm.
Like trust the process. You've made it this far. You've hopped on the call. You know what you want. Trust the process. Like sometimes you got to face the fear and do it anyways.
I don't know. I was really interested to see your first impressions in the first week or two. Obviously, when you joined, it wasn't as it was big as it is now. There was less people, but still, like, what were your first impressions of those first few weeks, those first few calls you hopped on? What were you feeling when you first
I
dived into the
was
modules?
I was feeling a lot of doubt when I joined. I think it's kind of normal when you take a leap like that. You feel a lot of doubt. You join for the period of time, and you've got to make it count. And I remember after my first week, I'd like kind of got halfway through the start here module, the 3Ms, and I wasn't fully finished. And it kind of got to a moment where I was like working from home on Monday like this, and I was just like, bro, you've paid for it, you've got to use it. Like actually get involved in the community. Like fine, a course is a course, but like the big thing here is the community. And then I started joining the course, started interacting. At first, it was I don't know these people, and you don't know them because you've just met. But one of the best parts of content, I think I'm going to quote Seth. You said like content is like deeply visceral. It's like very personal. It's like a personal brand. And what you learn very quickly by interacting with people, even just being on a content planning call, is because we're making content about us, you get to understand the other people quite well, quite quickly.
Mm.
Um, and let alone a month in, it feels like you've known someone for like a couple months, maybe more. Um, and I think definitely one thing that I was when I joined, it was because I mainly only seen Seth's content. I was like, who's this motherfucker Joe? And then Joe started posting way more content. And then I was like, oh, okay, it's Joe. I understand it now. I understand it now. Yeah, I think it's great that you're both doing content now because it's just like you got the trust built from both. Um, yeah, it was definitely just that first ball of doubt. There's always like doubt which comes up along the way, and I think you just got to again look at it and be like, right, let's just trust the process. Do the thing. Like when the first time I posted a CTA to buy a journal on my story, I was so scared. Like I was so scared. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna be like a scammy guru, but it's not. It's the belief shift from like selling as a scam to you're actually trying to help people. And to help people, unfortunately, they need skin in the game.
Mm.
Yeah. Now it's just like slowly building that habit of like, I'm a man who builds products that people want to use, that helps people. And just like that belief shift is like one of the biggest things.
That's
Thank
so
you.
good.
Yeah. Selling's a service.
Yeah.
And selling's important. Selling's good. So no, I'm more than chuffed that we've been able to, I know, pass that along, and you can sit there and not only know it and hear it, but like really almost believe that in a way. So know that, yeah, mate, that's awesome.
Nice. I haven't got any more questions unless you do, Joe.
Neither. I just want to say thank you. I just want to thank you for engaging. Thank you for committing. Thank you for, really putting your all into this process. When we look at the metrics we track and we see you and we see your name and we see you are a perfect example of the greater the inputs, the greater the outputs. We see others in the community who may engage less, who may join and put less effort in, and they get less out of it. Like the outputs they achieve and the clarity, even on a clarity point of view, even on a mental perception point of view, they just get less out of it. So you've been a real almost icon of that way to be able to look and go, Ben's put all this in and he's got this
I
out.
think one more thing to say would be like, if someone was looking to buy or join the community, it's like have that one source of information. Like after seeing that post in the chat, I was just like, okay, right, let me just try this, and just implementing it not just with the content. Like there's so many other content creators, people teaching content online. Just like if you choose to subscribe to something, choose to subscribe to it, choose to put your all into it, and digest it and take it in and take in those paradigms. And once you understand them, you'll be able to put your own twist. It's like I think in like learning the content systems, being on the planning calls, I've kind of like taken it in, and now when I'm doing my own content planning and I sit down on a Saturday to plan out the week, I'm like, okay, right, yeah, I'm using this like ABC structure to tell my story, and it's like, but what if I added this? What if I did that? And you slowly build out your own unique personal way of doing it, and that's one of like the best things. But to get the most out of it, you have to trust the process. You have to like, look, it's 9 weeks. It's not a very long period of time. Yeah, just learn. And then after 9 weeks, it's like you can choose, right? But yeah, the key is just to learn voraciously.
Yeah,
that's why you're here. That's why you've joined. Yeah.
No, that's so good. I mean, I seriously love that. I mean, I'm glad that kind of one source really helps. But I think what you said there in terms of learning it and making yours is the one-of-one process. Like it has to be yours. I love how you kind of speak about that buy-in. Like you use the one-of-one process as you make them yourself. You meet with the one-of-one people. You build your own relationship. You speak with each other. You get to know them. Like it's such a nice process. And I know earlier Joe said the same thing of like it's the goal that we've had to know that we've kind of like actualized that is so good. So thank you for sharing that with me and kind of helping us almost understand what it is like to be in the community. So yeah, or the club, literally that's call it now. That's brilliant.
Yeah, and I mean, from a selfish point of view, Ben, we're looking at running, some masterminds, some in-person things over the next few months, and I don't know, I'm excited to meet you. I'm excited
in person, finally.
Yeah. No, I was saying this.
You'll be shocked at how tall I am.
Really?
He's joking. He's 4'11", bro.
Says you.
Shush, man. Oh, dear.
Yes. We spent an hour in front of a camera yesterday, masterminding on masterminds, and I don't know. When we were thinking about a London event, I was just thinking about you, and I was thinking about the guys down there. So, from a selfish point of view, I'm excited to meet you, Ben. It's been a great process so far of getting to know you and helping in any which way we can. I look forward to continue doing such again in any which way we can.
Cool, for sure.
Amazing. Oh, Bren, yeah, thank you for that. Really, really useful. Good shit.